Uh-oh.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
For a minute there, I figured mic wasn't working, but we are all.
Alright, sounds good. So happy Halloween. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I went to a bit of a Halloween party last night, and now my girlfriend did another one. So
Damn.
It's fun, but it's busy.
Yeah, no, this for sure. Like, I don't really have, like, I'm old, like, I'm ancient at this point. So, like, me and my husband, we don't really, like, do Halloween parties all that often at this point. I think if one of our friends threw one, we'd probably go, but they're also old and ancient like us. So we basically just, like, stay in and watch, like, Hocus Pocus and stuff at this point.
Oh, yeah. I've already watched that. Elvira.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh, you know the classics. Let's go.
Yes. Halloween Town. So many. My girlfriend is. We watch.
It's her favorite It's her favorite holiday, from the sounds of it.
Yes.
It's
a lot of fun.
That's heat. So, I think for us, like, the reason we've slowed down because I can't stop playing the new Lily Allen album, just because it is just her dragging this man like over and over and over again, and it is like, it is intensely satisfying. All right, but did my desire to drag men aside notwithstanding, how is Melee going?
Melee's going good. I mean, it's going good in a sense. I'm having fun, and I feel like I'm improving. I don't know if I told you, but with the Slippy ranked season ending last week, I had one night, a few days before it ended, that I locked in, and I won like 6 in a row, I think, and got to gold.
Oh, hell yeah, that's beast.
Yeah. So I finished the season gold, and I'm already almost back to gold this season. And I'm still making mistakes, but I think I'm becoming more aware of what my mistakes are and what's gonna work and what doesn't work. And
what would be an example of something? What would be an example of that? So, like, that all sounds good, but, like, what's a way that this has come out in your play, would you say?
I rely on easy options too much. I get greedy with dash attack, shield grab, or going for the same option, hoping that it... But I think if I am trying different approaches, I've been going for more fast flow cancel place of dash attack.
That makes sense.
I've been practicing something we were talking about last episode, dashing into a flow cancel reel, get a bit of momentum, and yeah. So just like little things, but making sure that I'm not too obvious or too punishable. I think I do very punishable options.
That's good. So, like, everything you're describing sounds like really solid. No, sounds very solid, and that's like that's what we'd like to hear. I guess my one question there would be like, so what do you have in mind for today? Because this all sounds like it's good progress. It's going in the right direction. In that, like, you're kind of spotting where you are not being as efficient as you could be, or where certain options are maybe not, like, the best suited for, like, you know, the game state you're in. So what do you have in mind for today?
So it's not all good news. At the last weekly, I went 0-2, and then we had redemption for the first time. And it was a ladder, my first time playing a ladder. And I played 3 matches in that and lost all of those as well.
Okay.
So played 5 sets, lost all of them. At the end of the night, I was like, who else has lost 5 sets? And the TO was like, it's not like that. It's the fact that you showed up after losing 4 and still wanted to play a 5th. And I think he was very right about that. I do have determination inside me. But getting to the point, I think 3 of those 5 sets were Sheik's. And Sheik, I think we've gone over the matchup a few months ago, but she is my demon. I can't quite figure out how to crack it, especially when the Sheik seems to be on point. And I think a good opportunity for today would be to go over that VOD that I had last month.
Yep, this one's a good. This is a very good one.
Yes, I watched this and I commented some of the timestamps of things that I think he did really well throughout the set.
Do you happen to have those?
I do.
Perfect. Could I see them?
Yes. I think we can just go through the whole set. I don't know if we need to go through the entire thing, but it is only 16 minutes.
Yeah. This is not the longest Sheik Peach set we've ever seen, so we should be able to get through this.
Yeah.
So starting off, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so let me see here. Things that I like that Llod is doing. I like how patient he's being.
Yeah.
I don't really get the impression that he's trying to force much. I like how much he's trying to get under Sheik or coming at awkward angles. Like this to me looked like a really awkward angle for his back air to come in. See how he like just barely goes over the like forward tilt, and then like with the double, like he gets enough height off the double jump to go over the forward tilt and like get behind it and then comes in.
That's tricky. I like that.
Yeah. Do you want to break down how he did that?
Seems like just after the initial jump, he just hit a second jump early. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think you would have done? What do you think you would have done with this full hop?
I know that fighting Sheik straight on is very weak, and I've been told by some at my level that you can't fall for traps. You can't try to go into her.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably have full hop, loaded, fast, but I think crossed up. Awesome.
Yeah. So we're gonna do something here that I call driving directions. It's basically like a way that we can map out the interactions of 2 players. In this case, like one player is going to be green because player 4, one person's going to be yellow because they're player 3. So we're going to start with this. Like, so number 1, so we have like full hop.
Yeah.
Full hop away. And then what is Sheik doing right now? What is Sheik doing in the image that we have?
That looks idle. I don't know if this is...
Close. It's her walk.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a little deceptive like this. So then this would be where we are right now. So then what the next step would be, because like this is just like where we are right now. This is step 1, and like we'll make this a little darker so it shows up better. So 1, we'll make her orange because this will work. This fountain's very bright. 2. So then we're gonna have step 3, double jump forward. Bracket above F tilt.
Yeah. And we're anticipating.
Mm-hmm. And we have that kind of like back forward like motion that Peach likes to do to like kind of distort her position too. Like we're kind of going like this and then we're doing this.
Sure.
It's actually more accurately, it's more like this and then we're doing this. Kind of. Yeah, not quite that high, but you get what I mean. So double jump forward above F tilt, and then I think that Peach actually takes the next action, probably. So actually, Sheik does with her forward tilt, so we can make a note of that too. So then Sheik, F tilt. And then 5 is where we end, and this would be float bear. So if we like look at this interaction, we can kind of see like in order how these things happen, and like if we wanted to take this and apply this to our own play, for example, like we would be very equipped to do that, because we know that like Sheik is basically like, here, let's number these. So like what we have for step 3 would be like this stretch here, and then Sheik's walk forward F tilt would be around here, and then finally we end with like the float bear around here, which is also when we come down on her, because Sheik has moved forward to this spot. So this would actually be 5. I messed that up. So the reason, we might have done something like this before, but do you see why we have like mapped out the direction, like mapped out each character's interactions like this? Do you see how that might be useful for us, like applying this to our own play?
Yeah, I don't think we've done it quite step by step like that.
So okay, perfect. So like, because that's something I'm standardizing. That's like a part of like the learning process that I'm trying to like make sure everyone has, because that is how you steal things from top players. It's how you also like. It's also how like, because this is another situation where that sort of setup comes up. So like here. So like once again we have like double jump float above and behind Sheik, and then coming down on her at a good angle. Because there's more than one way that we arrive at that back air, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good for pattern recognition.
Yeah, tell me about that. So why is it good for pattern recognition?
If you know what step 1 is, you are knowing like what situation you're looking for step 1.
Mm-hmm.
Know like what Sheik is looking for.
It's like when you're driving somewhere and you have like Google Maps, like you take a look at the Google Maps directions beforehand, and you know, okay, it's roughly this many lefts, it's roughly this many rights, this is like the landmarks I need to know about.
Exactly.
Where as opposed to like, you know, spotting like taking the snapshot of the situation and being like, okay, so I clearly have to like as opposed to taking the snapshot and being like, obviously the move here is like double jump forward, and then like, but that's all you have. So then it's like you come to that double jump forward, and it's like, oh shit, I don't have any of the things that warn me about like double jumping forward at this point. Like, yeah, that's really difficult. What do you think about this play? Like how he pressures him in the corner here? Because I think that like this, everything from about here onwards is gold.
The subfloat? Looks,
let's see here. This is a subfloat, yes.
Yeah. Because he's getting those fares up. It's kind of just baiting Sheik into like thinking that we're using a move so that Sheik can come up and shit.
Yeah. So like let me ask you. So at this distance, can we be hit by lead chop fair?
No.
Right. So then what he does is he's basically telling, if Sheik wants to hit us, what does she have to do? Probably ledge dash into something, right?
Yeah.
So then what does he do?
Hold in. Toss the
Yeah, and then boom. I would say this. Do you ever get hit? Do you ever find it hard to pressure Sheik at the edge?
It's impossible.
So this would probably be something. This kind of play, this kind of bait, would probably be something really worth noting down then. So like let's apply driving directions to this play, because I think that this makes a ton of sense. So it all starts with Sheik is doing a stall, like we've hit Sheik onto the edge.
Yeah.
And then like
I'm looking for down air. It's I'm hoping that maybe there's a frame, but there's not. There's not a frame.
Oh, she has like 12 frames of leniency with her stall. Like, there's never gonna be a frame. Like, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. So let's start from here. So we know that it was. I'm gonna make some notes in our chat. So like Nair, and then like Sheik does what? We know that she's gonna up B stall. Peach is going to advance with float. Yeah, float fair. And then like,
and not we're not even looking to hit the fair.
Nope.
We're kind of just using it as a bait.
Correct. That is where all the magic happens. So I think that like the real key here is like, I think it's this frame. I would argue. Like, it's this frame here where Sheik is like, it's right before it's like this, because we have like double jump ledge stall, like double jump ledge dash. Like, that's really like the key thing that we're like playing to beat.
Yeah, seeing the rings.
Because the rings are reactable. The rings are something that the rings define an opening that we can work with. Okay, perfect. So with that, let's now do our colors. So we already grabbed the first couple steps, so let's start with that. So we hit like short hop Nair, because we know this is how we put Sheik into that position.
Yeah.
So then Sheik does like up B stall, bracket 1. She only does 1. And then when that's going on, we have our sub float fair. Sub float fair. And then like following that we have Sheik then starts to Sheik double jumps. And then we go into sub float fair again.
I've been practicing my sub floats. And it's getting better, but it just seems so easy to mess up.
Oh, you could totally do this with a normal float.
Sure.
Sorry, I assumed, my bad. What were you going to ask?
I feel like at the top level, they're really good, and they can kind of, like, they've just practiced so much that maybe it's not as them. But I would think that, like, going for things that are easy to mess up is just unnecessary risk. But maybe they are just that consistent that it's not risk them. I don't know.
Oh, well, I mean, like, so I think that a lot of the consistency of the issues you're describing, like, kind of disappear at some point. Like, here, so then down smash. So, like, this is kind of like, so we've got our steps mapped out. So let's just number these quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is like a slightly more involved process, which makes sense. So like which makes sense because this is a trickier position to crack. So like step 1 would be like over here, because it begins with this short hop Nair, pushing Sheik off, which sends Sheik off stage. So then Sheik would be over here with 2, with her up B stall, where she's just kind of a loop-de-loop. And then 3 for us would be, we're just going to use bright green, kind of like this 3 sub float fair. We go here. And then next step is 4. She's double jumping, which is where she is right now. Like 4 is where she is right now. And then 5 is sub float again, which is where we are. And then 6. So 6 is where she's going to come on, like so. And she's going to go to about here. And swing like that. 7 is us landing here. And then 8 is we spin her off. Now, what I want to be clear about here is, I think that there are pros and cons. Like, you could totally make this play work with an easier float setup using, like, you don't necessarily need sub float here. I think you could totally do standard float and it would work just fine. But the advantage to sub float is that you are more protected against like jab and stuff because you are lower to the ground. So like, and you're also going to land quicker if she were to say shield and you wanted to pressure her shield. So this is covering more options more effectively than say like standard ground float.
Yeah.
So there's like pros and cons to these plays. Like it's not all good, not all bad.
There is no.
Yeah. Like you could argue that either play is correct. I actually really like Llod's use of subfloat there. But if you told me that like you did this with ground float, I wouldn't look at you funny. I'd just be like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that also works. You're kind of like front loading. You're kind of making the execution at the last step a little bit trickier, in exchange for the execution at the front step. What do you think of this? What do you think of this evasion?
Floating away. We've talked.
I kind of feel like if Peach has her float in her double jump, she should always be able to avoid those kinds of back airs. Because you can always just like move out of the way of them. Her airspeed is crazy. Let me know if there's anything you want me to flag, by the way. That was gorgeous. I don't know if you like. You see what? Like, see how he deals with her back air?
Yeah.
Just like waits it out. So I don't think we need a full like diagram about this, but like this kind of positioning, because like if Sheik wants to double jump back air, she's going to jump like super far into the air. So like I would almost argue that like in this kind of spot relative to Sheik can't really hit Peach. Because the way that Sheik moves in this, moves here is sort of like this. Like, she's kind of got her convergence point here, and, like, this is where her, like, different drifts come from. But, like, if she double jumps back airs, like, she's gonna jump, like, somewhere like here. But, like, it goes above, like, Peach is occupying this, like, middle point that doesn't really get captured by either trajectory. So it's like, wait out the bear. Wait out the bear between the short hop and double jump. Cause yeah, you just totally can. There's nothing Sheik can really do in this spot to like force Peach out of this like point. Because what happens if Sheik like falls into like this kind, like let's say Sheik falls into this kind of area. And was able to like contest you with your like, if Sheik falls here, what do you do? Like without putting out a hitbox.
Backer 2.
Pardon?
I feel like if I approach with back air, it would be too weak and I'd get grabbed off of it. But that is what happened. But Crudo just puts up shield. I feel like if you crouch cancel grab that.
You could space it. You could make it a case about spacing it. Like, I would agree that this was definitely grabbable, but this is, I feel like if Llod spaces even a little bit further, like a little bit more concerned, like let's say he weak back airs and moves away over here, that's definitely not going to be grabbable, and I feel like at that point you're like potentially risking getting dash attacked as Crudo.
Sure.
This is really good edge guarding. Like, this is not the best edge guarding I've seen from Llod in this matchup, but this is still quite good. Oh, this recovery. What do you think about this? The use of the air dodge. The use of the air dodge there.
I would have jumped into the air dodge, which I think would have made it a bit slower. Air dodging out of flow. Talk about it.
So the funny thing is like he can't double jump because he lost his double jump to these needles.
Oh, I missed.
Yeah. So like that's why I think that air dodge is good. So like I think something like worth noting here is like this air dodge is because he doesn't have his needle. No, it's because he doesn't have his jump. So that's where the value of it comes from. So we can just make a note of like air dodging, like because I don't think we have to go all the way back. I think this is something that you can probably implement quite naturally, because this is just kind of an expansion of an idea. But like air dodge for a height, air dodge for height. When double jump is lost. Yep. Because like this is a very useful thing with her. And you can see there's kind of like this, like, there's sort of like, Sheik has powerful tools that she can kind of like aim at certain spots. And like a lot of what Llod's doing is just kind of like going into one of those spots and then like changing where he is just a little bit. So that Sheik misses. Like kind of something Mango has said a bunch of times is that like, the way you beat Sheik is by baiting her. You can't really like fight her head on all that effectively. So like, yeah. And I feel like we're seeing that with Llod in a lot of these moments. Like whenever he tries to engage directly, it like seems to go pretty well for the Sheik. It seems to go well for Crudo, but like it's all in like the indirect fighting that he finds a lot of his foothold. Oh, I think your mic might be cutting out. It's been cutting out a little bit.
No. How dare you?
Okay. What do you think of this counter pick?
I just love playing on Yoshi's. I guess I'm like a little scared of getting killed early with fair up air, but I don't know, like the scrap is like
amazing.
Decent. Yeah.
The scrap is like, she's the best scrapper in the game. Like I hear you. Like to me this is like Peach's like playground. Like this is probably her best like one of her best level. If it weren't for the dimensions, this would be like probably her best level. Like the way look at how look at how comfortable she is when she gets in. Like also I want to call attention to this. Like how she just gets underneath of this back air and then just like boom.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yep. Like he messes that up, but like it doesn't even matter. Okay, it does kind of matter. I don't know. To me, this is such a weird counter pick. I would have gone Battlefield. I would have gone Battlefield personally.
Yeah, I neutral start to Battlefield in pretty much all of my sets. Someone told me that against Sheik I should not be doing that.
Agreed. It's her best level. Like you're literally giving her her best level. Like don't do it. I would
sort of thing with him jumping at that edge guard there, just jumping over and over to like bait. Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to talk about this? What's he doing?
No, I just recognized it as like a variation of that same sort of pattern.
Yeah, like kind of like they go into a spot, then distort it with his double jump. Like the cool, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. So the cool thing about Peach is that like she can jump in one direction and build up her momentum using her hyper float or just her double jumps momentum, like in the other direction, basically immediately. It's one of her big tricks. So like, yeah, like we see that happen a lot with like here, look at how he does this float cancel. Like so. He's running away and then just immediately comes at him like full speed ahead like twice in a row. And like that's really disorienting for Sheik to deal with. Because Sheik's whole thing is like Sheik's whole thing is like She has to time and space her move so that she gets the disjoint on her foot or hand to overlap you properly. She has these very powerful, she's very efficient, like incremental movements to help her achieve that. But that's basically what she is doing. So Peach's ability to change her momentum at the drop of a dime is like actually really hard for her to deal with. You see how like so much of what Llod is doing is just like a landing in spots that are difficult to contest. And then also this fair through the nair, ugh, beautiful. I'm actually gonna make a note of that because like I feel like we don't talk enough about like. I feel like we need more people to just attack Sheik when she's in disadvantage. Like, this is going to win cleanly. Like, that's crazy.
Using the top.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, this could be any of your moves. This could be your up air, this could be your nair. Anything that hits here, there's no hitbox. Like, Sheik has nothing. Has weak.
Dare is a joke.
Yeah, it is. Like, you just put out has weak hitboxes below. So it's just like, attack! And I would say fair, air, nair. Any of these three are really good. If you have the right alignment, back air can be really good. Like, you have to come in more from the side. Yep, exactly. You just just whack her. When your character's game plan can be like, oh, this is a big thing. So, what is it? In addition to covering Randall, what do you think Llod is covering by being here?
Just going to ledge, dropping from the...
Right, and the thing is like, we can see that Crudo is actionable a lot sooner than this. So, like, really what this float around here is covering is if you grab the edge too soon, what Crudo can do is Crudo can go over you and then, like, try to land over here with his up B, in which case your punish for his onstage lag is a lot worse. So by Llod jumping off, like, he's babysitting him. So I would say that, like, it's important, like babysitting after hitting off stage good. Babysit to block high recoveries. Because this makes sense, right? Like, basically by being in this general area, we don't let Crudo go over us, basically. Like, this is cut off from him. Okay, cool. Because that's...
He does.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, we know he's going to. So, like, this whole section becomes cut off from him, and that's really, like, the goal here. So, like, we want Peach occupying this kind of area, and then, like, while still being able to grab the edge. Because that's, like, the whole idea. So just quick temperature check, because I know we've used a good amount of our time, like we used about half of it. But is this the type of thing that you were hoping for from this, or it's like, okay, so this is useful. Is there anything we haven't really covered to your satisfaction so far, or like something that like anything that's like kind of that you're like, huh, we haven't really addressed this?
I think Llod is doing a great job playing patient, but I'll run into Sheiks that are also playing patient, and I think Crudo is just playing aggressive.
Yeah, he's a lot more swingy.
So I'm not sure that's going to get covered in this VOD review, like how to deal with Sheik that looks like needle grab setup.
More platformy.
Yeah.
Let me think here. I agree that that's probably not going to get covered in this particular VOD. My question here would be then, are you good with us continuing on this VOD so we can try to extract as much value from this as we can for the things that are here, or do you want us to like try to find a VOD that like captures that?
I think we can stick with this for today, and maybe if we end up having enough time, or
Yeah, for sure. So we'll get through this. That makes sense to me. I think that there's, like, knowing Crudo, I think that, like, we're gonna see some traces of it. So, like...
Yeah, I think we were just in it there.
Yeah, so, like, right here, like... Here, like... So Crudo, like, hangs back a little bit here. Yeah, that's all good. He charges up the needles. Okay. Yeah, so that kind of thing.
Air dodge.
So the big thing here the big thing here when dealing with Sheik's needles is to just, like, be mindful of, like, where her, like, range is. So let's actually look at, like, where the needles are hitting here. They come out of here on her. So, like, with Sheik leaving the platform like this, what I would comment here is the big thing to keep in mind is that, like, the needles come out of, like, the middle, like, come out of basically where, like, Sheik's hood is, sort of. So, like, they're coming down like this. There's a little bit of variation, like, they might be like this, but, like, it's basically in this sort of spray area. So, the reason I raise this is because with how Crudo is, like, firing them, Llod has to be, like, with Crudo's motion leaving the platform, Llod has to be basically, like, because he's basically coming off like this. Llod has to be in this sort of area, like, below and in front of him in order for them to hit, but Llod is outside of that. So that would be, like, one thing that I would start with. If Crudo is to jump like this, we can see that zone doesn't really change all that much. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, I guess not.
Right. It's because, like, and it's because Sheik's needles kind of, like, follow... Sheik's needles kind of, like... There's an area from about here to here that we have to just not... We have to be mindful to just, like, not be in. But other than that, we can basically be, like, our goal is usually to get to here. Yeah, where we want to be. Because when we're underneath her, we can go for, like, our up arrows. We can attack her from below. And then the other one is, like, we can also be... The other thing to keep in mind is that she can shoot them straight using the grounded trajectory, so this area is also, like, not ideal. But, like, that means that we are left with, like, fine. Like, being in this area here is, like, fine. Being down here, also fine. This is, like, safe. And then, like, these are the areas you have to work with, basically. So, like, a lot of what you do is, like, a lot of what you can do is, like, kind of, like, approaching the line here, like, with a dash in, and then, like, wave dashing back into down tilt. Like, a lot of times when people get their down tilts, it's off things like we advance, we pull back, we down tilt. Like, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be like, we'll be here, we come back, we boom. And then we just, like, swing at the ground with our powerful move. Because it's like, that's basically kind of like how we engage, like, Sheik's triangle in general. Because you can, like, most characters don't usually play this spot, but because you're Peach and you have the ability to fly and throw projectiles there, it's kind of okay. It's not like it's not what I'd recommend generally, but, like, if you're both at like 0, then, like, yeah, I don't know, like, it's really just more about getting that initial chip so your down tilt does something or your up air does something. So, like, if you play there for 20 damage to, like, if you play there taking 8 damage to do 20 damage or something like that, that's totally fine. Like, nobody's going to look at you funny. Because it's just, yeah, it's just what you do. I also want to point out that, like, Llod is still, like, even with Crudo playing a little more, like, passively, like or a little bit more reserved, Llod is still kind of, like, in control right now. Which is really, really impressive.
Yeah.
What do you think of this choice of Nair over up air? Do you think up airs? Do you think it's high enough for up air to work? 24, 26?
Pretty low. I guess I don't really know the percents of when that would be good.
No, let's find out.
Yeah.
This is an easy one. Actually, you know what? We can use Fight Core for this. Fight Core should be fun. Because we just need to know if this is knockdown or not. And there's a strong hit. ID 2. No, it's ID... Wait, which one is the powerful hit? ID 0 is the powerful hit. Oh my god. So on Sheik. We are 2% shy. So that Nair actually was correct. Because up air would not have yielded a knockdown. So that's good percent awareness by Llod's part too. Like, we need Sheik at 28 before we can consider up-airing her. Before we can really consider up-airing her on a platform. Which we will make a note of. This is where Crudo starts catching up. I can tell. Like, the fight dynamic is changing. Yeah, he's focusing more on positioning and keeping Peach, like, locked down, as opposed to fighting directly. Like, he's kind of figuring it out. Yep, ballsy shield grab, but it's what you gotta do. Kicks him out of the float because she's, like, ingressing a little too much. Gets the fair, this is gonna be a kill. Yep. Oh, he lets her live for some reason, but then gets it anyway. Yep. See, the reason I can tell that he's going to take the stock there, first there, is because everything he's doing is, like, changing to being more, like, conservative, basically. Like, he's not, like, he's still applying pressure through position, but, like, he's just, like, not swinging first nearly as much. See what I mean? Like, he's just kind of, like, letting Llod, like, hang himself, like, going for, like, the hit.
Which is what I do.
Yep. So, like, even top 20 players... like, still make the same mistakes you're making. They just make it in more sophisticated ways. But, like, they're still ultimately... like, when they lose this matchup, it's still losing to the same things that, like, probably beat you, in that he's just going for things where in spots where, like, it's clear that, like, it's clear to me watching, like, the playback. It's harder for him to tell in the moment. But, like, he's going for things where, like, where Crudo is, like, is kind of, like, setting up to, like, be able to counter him. And now Crudo is, like, capitalizing on, like, Llod waiting out that first beat by, like, going for stuff that, like, that tomahawk grab. This is really good play. This is really good Sheik play. Like, I would say that, like, this here is, like, how you know that, like, Crudo's in his head. It's important sometimes as the Peach to keep the Sheik honest by, like, just swinging when you see these sorts of things happening. So, like, pay attention to, like, how Sheik does her, like... Sheik goes for her, aerials. Like, she doesn't really do early aerial all that much. She kind of, like, jumps up and comes down with, like, a powerful move, like fair or something. So, for that reason, it can be really good as the Peach to, like... whenever you see the Sheik jumping into the air like this, just fucking swing at her. Like, not every time, obviously, but, like... just as a way to keep her honest, like, proactively, like, swinging at her short hop aerials when she jumps up, and, like, when you think that she's gonna jump up, or whenever you hear the 2 for her to jump, yeah. It's not a bad idea.
Trying to punish the aerial and just here.
Yeah, like, we're kind of going, like, punishing after the fact isn't going to be possible anyway, so let's just, like, let her know that we're not going to let her jump in our face for free. What do you think of this counter pick, the FD?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like needles, sort of a lot on the, but they also are more, like, there's less trajectories that they can be coming from because of the lack of platforms.
Yeah, they're more annoying on the grounded one, which I think is the easier one to deal with. is like slightly improved, but the more powerful one, the one that's actually harder to deal with, like the air needle, is like more manageable. So I would agree with that. Do you think that's overall a good thing for us?
I think it is overall a good thing. I think I might be getting annoyed by that. That does it.
I think there might be some truth to that, like. Because we see that Llod has gotten hit by needles a few times here. Like, he's gotten hit by needles here. But, like, he's not really phased by it. He's just, like, going in right after. Like, he CCs it and just, like, kind of, like, advances. Also, this... God, if he had got that fair conversion, like, that would have been nasty. I do think it's good that he's just so willing to, like, go for, like, the power hits. And then the patented Llod up smash. Yeah, what do you think about that edge guard? Do you think that's something that... Do you know how to do that?
Thanks.
So you can hit those, right?
I think I have.
Okay.
I think that's normally not what I'm looking for. Maybe that more often.
I would say FD is a very good reason to counterpick Sheik to, because you don't have the platforms to disrupt that edge guard. Because there's no, like, the thing...
less variant.
Exactly. So, like, the only place that Sheik can realistically land is somewhere on the level, or she goes for the ledge. So because of that, like, stuff like set play kills, like that up smash, that just ends her at, like, 84 or something. Like, that is, like, a very good reason to counterpick this level. Because being able to say, like, yeah, if I get Sheik in an edgeguard at 84, she's just dead. Like, if I execute. Like, that is really, really powerful.
That is...
That's like some Fox shit. Usually we're pretty happy. When we get to use some Fox shit, we're usually pretty happy.
Fox is evil.
Fox is evil, man. Fuck that guy. All my homies hate Fox. Actually, that's patently untrue. Like, a lot of my friends quite like Fox, but I like it's weird. I don't hate him. It's just I don't hate him. It's just I don't like how good he is. But like, I don't think it's like I hate is a strong word. I don't know. Oh my god, he's too cool. I'm not gonna analyze that stretch because that's way too deep in the tank. Like, I think that was just some shenanigans, but like, if Llod ever like watches this and tells me no, that was all intentional, I'd love to hear the logic. I also want to point something out that like has kind of flown under the radar, like the amount of like float cancel aerial grabs he's gone for. Because we're noticing that Crudo's not really comfortable staying near him in shield afterwards. Like, we're seeing a lot more, like, roll afterwards, you know what I mean? And I feel like that means that, like, when Sheik isn't willing to stick near Peach's shield, that's probably a good... Like, when Sheik isn't willing to shield near Peach, that's probably a good sign. Because it means that, like, that's cutting down the possible opportunities Sheik has to get a grab on her. Yeah, like... It's a small thing, but like float aerial grab, like the amount of crop subs he's doing, like this is another big one. So like, let's actually do it. Let's actually do driving directions on this one because I feel like this was like this was a really important interaction. So like, after this power shield on this fair, Llod is going to do dash dance into is going to do dash dance into something. What do you think you would do if you saw this interaction in your game?
I think dash dancing good. I don't know if I'd go through dash. I don't know. Did we go for? Cool. So.
Okay, sorry. So what did you say you would go for?
I might get a little greedy and just go straight in for the nair instead of dash dancing. just to put like shield pressure or go for a grab.
Yeah.
But yeah, dash dancing punishes the grab. I think I'd get grabbed there, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so like let's make a note of that. So what we have here is, and like this one can be a short one, but like I think this is worth. I think that we agree this is worth doing. So like, step 1 is like float fair, and then fast fall. So this is like 1, which is what we see here, and then Sheik's end 2 is like shield, and then it power shields. PS. And then 3, dash away, and then Sheik goes for shield grab, and then finally we finish with 4, dash in, FC nair. Yeah, because you don't really have the time to like get like a second nair out unless you're like TAS in this kind of situation. So like I think that Llod taking like working off, I think the key here is that like Llod's working off the power shield in some respects. Like the pushback to kind of like set up a better like whiff punish. And then we have another aerial grab.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a key one because we're going to flag this one. We're not going to do a full chart, but like I think that like this is worth noting because this is, yeah, FC aerial grab. FC nair grab. Because like this here is like, we have Sheik in the corner. She's at a high percent. This is such a good opportunity. And, like, we see Crudo goes for the shield grab on this. But, like, Peach's frame advantage just straight up beats him.
Yeah.
Like, this is exactly why we do this kind of grab. Kaboom. Slaps him. Slap chop. Excellent. Holy shit!
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god, he went for the up smash. That's so crazy. But yeah, it makes sense. Like, this stage pick makes sense now. But I think that this stage pick makes more and more sense. Like, looking at like how this punish structure, like, all he needs is one more aerial here. And, like, now he can actually just go for the up smash kill. Because, like, if he gets this turnaround, I'm pretty sure, like, at 87, that's just a kill. Like, we'll double check, but, like, yeah, like, this is so close to lethal. So, up smash, where's up smash? Here we go. And I think it's this, no, not this one. Is it ID1? Okay, there we go. Sheik, FD. And we'll say that she's at 87. Yeah, no, this girl's dead. If he gets this hit, like, the Sheik loses the game. Which is wild to think about. I want to point out something as well, like the use of, what do you think, like the use of double jabs in these like high percent situations is also like phenomenal. Because it just creates another knockdown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I go for jabs too, but I've been thinking, like, why not go for grab? Like, I guess it's not as fast, but if you get grab fair or grab forte.
I mean, yeah, no, that's valid. So, like, I guess the question here is, like, so, yeah, no. What you're saying makes sense. I would say that, like, the big question here is, like, the grab definitely works. Like, the grab definitely can work, but, like, you do have to make, like you have to kind of, like, think about, like, what's going on beforehand. So, as an example, let's look at, like, where he does the double jab. So, he does the double jab after this float cancel nair, right? So, like, he's hit this fair off stage, he's gone for this, edge guard has kind of gone a little bit off the rails, so he goes for the jab after these, like, after this float cancel nair. I don't think he sees that, like, Crudo is going for this forward smash. I feel like this is probably, like, a mistake where he wanted to forward tilt or something. So I think what he's doing here is he's just defending his space. Like, we have to remember that, like, if Crudo is going to try to whiff punish this nair, it's probably going to be with something like forward tilt. It's probably going to be something with, like, grab, right? So, knowing that, the grab, if Peach grabs herself, she is allowing a large enough window for those moves to slot in easily. Because her aerial is going to have 4 frames of landing lag, and then her grab is going to hit on 7. So it's like an 11 frame, it's like a 10 frame window roughly. Whereas if he jabs, it's only a 5 frame window because her jab hits on 2. So it's like 4 frames of landing lag, and then it, like, 1 empty frame, and then then it happens. So I think this is just a frame tightness thing.
Yeah, I forget how fast jabs are. Like 2 is
insane.
Insane.
Like 2 is wild. So let's summarize here. What are some of the things that we like? Because we have, like, about 4-ish minutes left, I believe.
Yeah.
So let's, like, 3 minutes, whatever. So what are some of the things that we learned? What are some of the things that we learned today? Would you say?
Don't fall for her traps.
Okay. Okay. Like let's not say don't. Let's try to frame these as positives, because we can't, like, it's really hard to, like, not do something. It's way easier to do something though. So, like, how would we frame don't fall for her traps? Maybe be aware of her traps.
Yeah. The safe and unsafe zones to try to operate within. Ideally, we're under her, but we don't want to be too close or too, like, in that goal where her needles come down.
Yeah. So maybe that could be another thing, like tease the edge of her needle zones.
Sure. Yeah.
So one way that we could tease the edge of her needle zones, we didn't go over this, but, like, something quite effective, and I will show you using the power of the video game, is, so if we were fighting a Sheik, for example, on this level, you know, put her over here, like, for funsies. Something I really like to do is, like, do this. Because if she has to shoot sideways, right, and she uses all her needles doing this, and then we just, like, drop below, like, or you can use, like, slapdash to do this too.
Yeah, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, you can also do it, like, to kind of, like, you can also do it like this to try to, like, get under her line.
I need to practice slapdashing.
Okay, so that can be something, that can be a concrete takeaway. So tease the edge of her needle zones. Bracket tools for doing, tools and tactics for doing, tools and tactics for doing so may include, jump up and float, then fast fall below her horizontal needle line. All right, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Slapdash to move under her diagonal or horizontal needle lines. Because I think that those are both things that, like, so then I can make a note, possible tech skill expansion. tech skill expansion. Yeah, mastering slapdash. No, mastering slapdash for baits. Because I think that like that makes a ton of sense in this sort of situation. What's another thing that we learned? We want to get under her, which I think we knew, but like, did we see any ways of getting under her that stood out as being particularly effective? Or ways of getting like past her. Like there was a theme of like baiting her, like with our position. How would you describe that?
Waiting for the F tilt and using double jump to cross her up, really strong. It's not...
Float to cross up Sheik's F tilt.
That's not how to get under.
But that's okay. Like we know, like I feel like Llod doesn't really play. I feel like we didn't focus as much on getting under her. We focused more on like how to bait which side she's attacking on, which is still really valuable. Yeah. So baiting Sheik's attacking side. No, Sheik's attacking side. And I think the other big thing that we noticed is like kind of like hanging out above Sheik's bear. Like Llod, like yeah, we want to implement like yeah, we want to be occupying the quote unquote middle between her short hop between where her short hop falling bear misses and where her double jump bear also misses, because it's like that. It's that in between zone, you know, like in the yeah. And with that, I think that is there anything else from today that you want to flag, or do you think this is good for the moment?
I think that's good.
Okay, perfect.
I just want to watch that combo again.
All right, well, I won't keep you from it any longer. I'm going to close the recording here because we are at time. And if you have any feedback or think of anything you want to share with me about how today went, you feel free to do so in our chat, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care and happy Halloween. Have a good one.
Happy Halloween.
Okay, fantastic. Bye for now.